How's it going? This is my 3,757th YouTube DVD. But who's counting? Not me, I'm not counting. Hey, I do it just for the exposure. I dumpster dive for a living. This is how to put the G major tuning together into a 12 bar. I briefly mentioned when I introduced you to the G major tuning that 1, 4, and 5 was G, C, and D. Again, we'll count that up. I've covered it for the D major tuning and the E major tuning, but you've got to count it up and get the right distance from the 1 to the 4. It's 2.5 tones or 2 whole steps and 1 half step. So if G, which is what this guitar is tuned to open, if G is 1, then G to A is a tone, A to B is a tone, B to C is a tone. That's 4 letter names, G, A, B, C, okay? And the distance between them, G to A tone, A to B tone, B to C semitone. That is 2.5 tones. So that means the C chord or the C change, the 4 change, is going to be at the 5th fret. It's 5 frets, it's 2.5 tones. And the 5 change will be 2 frets above that, 7th fret. And my octave at the 12th fret. The reason why you want to know your octave is so when you use the slide, because obviously you can't slide down to the open. The open's already been taken care of. So the idea is to use the open chord against your 12th fret. And then of course move to the 4 when you need to. And as I've mentioned before, 12 bar is the most common 12 bar is, it's 3 groups of 4 bars. The first 4 bars is the 1 chord. So in this case, because we're in G, it's G major. The next 4 bar set is C major for 2 bars that is. That's the 4 chord, C major. And G major again for 2. That takes care of the second grouping of 4 bars. The final and third grouping of 4 bars ends the progression in 12 bar. And it starts with the 5 for 1 bar. The 5 in the key of G major will be D, and you'll find that at the 7th fret. The 4, which is C major, you find at the 5th fret, and then you're back to the 1. So it goes, it'll go from the, so that's D, that's C, and then back to G. So 1 bar D, 1 bar C, and 2 bars G. And usually, depending on the song, you have a little bit of a closing riff that you have to deal with. A closing riff, the most common one is the chromatic pass note from the 4 to the 5. If 4 is C, 5 is D, then you have that chromatic pass note between the 4 and 5. Nice closing riff. Okay, now we'll just put it together. There's the G. There's my C. Back to the G. That's the G again, right? Now the D. There's your closing riff. I had a little bit of fun with that. Sometimes you can do little runs down. There's a song I'm thinking of in the back of my mind that this is related to, which is why I did that. But in the end, it's first 4, 1, try that again. The first 4 bars of our 3 4-bar phrases is G, right? So it'll go. There's the G, right? Now the C. Back to the G, D, C, G. Okay, now you've kind of got that. I like to combine, again, I like to combine the bass parts or the rhythm parts with a fill on the slide, and I'll do a 2-bar phrase. So first 2 bars will be, now the second 2 bars will be the slide riff. Just follow your chords, so it'll be off the G, right? Right? Then I'll go to do the same trick again. I'll go to the C now. And then back to the G, and that's where I'll play my fill riff again, because it's 2 bars of rhythm and then 2 bars of the riff. And then last but not least, you go up to your 5 change, your D, your C, and your closing riff. Okay, that should get you in the clear with your 12 bar. And now if you go to my other YouTube site, you'll find a song. You got to dig a little bit for it, but you'll find a song related to this. I can't mention it on here. You'll have to dig for it. All right. See you soon. It's Colin Daniel on riffninja.com.